full loss, but tell me, you walk in the door, and how did this unfold?
I saw her light on. I went to her body on the floor.
What did you do?
I went inside the room. I saw the towel that was on her hand, and the blankets were wrapped up around her.
Celeste Mays finding the body of her mother.
I gotta look after my sister now, who's 14, with my grandma. So it's been like hard.
Did you see it coming? Did they have that kind of explosive relationship or anything?
Not that, no.
His rap name, Super MC from Highland Park. His image included on this mural here just off Woodward Avenue in HP. But today, another look at the face of Super MC. His real name, Jimmy Lee Brown. This is his booking photo. Brown is charged with murder.
In this story, we'll be in Detroit, Michigan, in the Highland Park area that sits in the middle of Detroit, also known as Motor City. And according to a local rapper, is the engine or the heart of the city. That rapper being 46-year-old Jimmy Lee Brown, who was known best by Super MC. He has been in the rap game for many years and started off battle rapping, and even battled Eminem in the movie 8 Mile, which was released in November 2022. The Detroit-based plot was set in 1995, where an inspired rapper played by Eminem performed under the stage name B-Rabbit, who was trying to make it out of his crappy life. In the movie, Eminem was a blue-collar worker from a poor family who resided in a trailer park north of Detroit.
Super MC, you got 30 seconds. DJ, you know what to do. Kick that shit.
Hey, yo, what up, Trailer Trash? Hey, yo, Future, how you get Whitey to battle the Savior? Yo, that's like Darth Vader battling O.B. Taylor.
Super MC has started in the music industry in Detroit as a young teen, and it was said that his mother would pull strings to get him to the Grand Quarters, a place where people came to perform. Super MC's mother believed in his talent, and this is also the place that he would meet the rapper Proof when he was only 14 years old. Proof was having a cipher in the bathroom, and they would go back and forth. From that moment, the two would click. Proof was said to always school him on how to be better, and Super MC would look up to him. As Super MC got older, he would be at the hip-hop shop rapping all the time with the likes of D12 and other music greats that have come out of Detroit. The hip-hop shop was the place to go if you wanted to get a name for yourself in Detroit in that time era. If you don't know about Proof, he was one of Eminem's closest friends who was a part of the D12 rap group in the city. Tragically, he lost his life and was gunned down April 11, 2006, after a dispute broke out during a game of billiards at the CCC Club on 8 Mile Road in Detroit. He was only 32 years old when he passed away. This was definitely a hard hit for the city, but Super MC will be one of the people to keep his name alive. Super MC will also find love and marry the love of his life, Kellyanne Mays, in November 2015. They both were already parents and joined their families as one. This was a breath of fresh air for Kelly because she had just endured years of DV from her youngest daughter's father. Kelly was able to remove herself and her two daughters from that horrible situation and leaned into her inner strength to get a better quality life. She began teaming up with other survivors and started doing poetry to express and release the pain and hurt that she had endured through the years. This was just the beginning for Kelly, and she would go on to be a community advocate for DV and also a mental health advocate and therapist.
We have a brave survivor, Kelly Mays, here to share her story along with Christina Ramsey from Haven with the resources that we want to get out there to make sure that we can help. We thank you both for joining us. I want to begin with you, Kelly, to tell us a little bit about, I know it probably takes you back to some dark times, but if you could just share with us a little bit about your story.
So I was in a relationship with my youngest child's father, and the culmination of the relationship, on her first birthday, I was assaulted and hospitalized from the assault. Oh. And from that, my journey began as a survivor and talking about my story. A big day for me was on her 5th birthday. I got an opportunity to celebrate her birthday without being triggered, because that was really a really hard time for me. Sure. So we had she actually kind of benefited from that, because I'd have like 3 birthday parties, you know, one before and 2 days after. Sure. But on her 5th birthday, we celebrated together, and I celebrated my milestone by not being triggered that day, and she celebrated her 5th birthday, and it was really beautiful.
You got to enjoy the birthday with your daughter.
Absolutely.
Kelly's loved ones describe her as someone that will challenge you and help you see that you have purpose. If you knew her and needed guidance, Kelly was your go-to. She was said to have a beautiful soul and was a strong advocate for marginalized communities, also being gifted and creative. Kelly often shared her story of survival during poetry reading events.
The first words my daughter ever learned was, "Daddy, no." At 13 months, she watched as I fell into the precipice of a Greek tragedy. I, Persephone, her father, Hades. By the time she was 5, she had learned to scream no louder than a whisper and repeat the clever lies I taught her to believe, that black girls and black eyes were synonyms. She had learned to tuck her tears into places her father could not find, what scars and what scarves accessorized best the morning after Armageddon. Safety plans became like fire drills. That's why she would hide in the back of her first grade classroom every time she would have one. Better to burn than face the devil. When she was 7, I overheard her praying, telling God that she hoped she'd never grow up to be like me, that she wasn't sure if her father would kill me or my depression. Either way, she knew what dress I would wear and how to comb my hair when they buried me. I left her father that same year and cut that tree down we used to hide under every time that monster would come out from under her bed. Next year will mark that 10th year since I left her father. And her sister, who's only 5, can't understand why we go back to that same tree stump every year to count the rings. But you see, I know my baby is still afraid of fire drills. And I have yet to throw away my scarves. It is said that 1 in 3 women will experience violence in their lifetime. I have 2 daughters, both who have inherited my eyes.
Kelly was also very supportive of her husband, Super MC, and together they would both build on their 2 different paths of success. As the calendar changed from year to year, it seemed that the couple were only getting better and making more moves in Detroit. However, Super MC had been doing music for a couple of decades, but it was still his passion, and he was planning on growing. In October 2020, Super MC would get into a very bad car accident that almost took his life, but through the grace of God, he pulled through with his wife by his side. He suffered bad brain injury and memory loss, but was doing better than the doctors thought he would. According to his doctors, he only had a 3% chance of even being normal again or surviving, so this was definitely a blessing and a miracle. In October 2023, it would be 3 years that he was still thriving. However, things were not like they used to be, but he continued to work on his music and planned on a better comeback. Super MC would do interviews and give his testimony throughout the year in 2023 and how he made it through, but that would all come to a halt January 7, 2024. Kelly's oldest daughter said she would walk into her mother's room and find her covered in blood and would call 911. In the report, it stated that on January 7th, around 6:15 p.m., the Westland Police Department went to an apartment complex, McKinney Drive in Westland. When they arrived, officers said they found Kelly inside the bedroom of her apartment unit, unalive, with multiple lacerations to her neck and chest. Jimmy, aka Super MC, allegedly punctured Kelly multiple times with a knife, unaliving her before fleeing the scene. He then would turn himself in that same day later on to the Westland Police Department, and he would be arrested. Jimmy would be charged with first-degree unaliving and was arraigned on January 10th.
The victim is Kelly Mays, a well-known survivor of domestic violence who found her voice helping others suffering through abusive relationships at home. Accused of killing her is Jimmy Lee Brown, a rap artist known as Super MC, who appeared in the movie 8 Mile.
Incredibly disturbing. The loss of Kelly Mays really sending shockwaves, Devin and Kimberly, throughout the community right now. We've had Kelly Mays on Local 4 News, such a strong advocate and voice for domestic violence survivors. She is was a survivor herself, working in the Speakers Bureau for Haven, the group that advocates for domestic violence victims. We're here at the Westland Police Department. Sometime Sunday evening, the local rapper named Super MC, his name is Jimmy Lee Brown, turned himself in here. The charges are that he stabbed his wife to death inside her apartment. Her name, Kelly Mays, a well-known domestic violence advocate. She shared that apartment with her daughter, who walked in and found her.
She's an advocate that is going to be missed by multiple advocacy agencies in the state.
Christine Canal is the CEO of Haven, a complete program to help victims of domestic violence become strong survivors. Kelly Mays was a speaker with Haven, sharing her survival story. Her voice was so very strong.
What we want to do to promise, to Kelly's memory is to continue the mission and continue to help awareness for domestic violence and people to continue to know that there's help.
Kelly was dedicating her life to save people from this exact thing. And this is what happened to her. She was a survivor. This is so sad. This was not supposed to happen. And because of this, it has casted a very dark cloud over Detroit, and she was well known in the community. As for Super MC, people also can't believe he would do something this cruel, and it leaves a lot of questions to why this happened. Some believe it was because of his accident and the brain injury that he received, but in the end, none of it matters because it will not bring Kelly back. She thought she was good. She thought she was safe. I am so sorry that such a pillar of the community was taken away. Someone who helped others get out of DV and got out of DV herself. I'm pretty sure she never thought that she would lose her life by the hands of her husband, allegedly. So many young women were said to look up to her, and she should still be here, helping those in need. My deepest thoughts and prayers are with this family and the community that she loved and served. And I hope they stay encouraged and take from what she taught them, regardless of what happened to her. And this should let them know that DV is very serious and you got to be aware. And do you think because of the car accident and the brain injury he got played a part in what happened to Kelly? Let me know. Also, don't forget to leave your prayers for this family and the community in this difficult time. And also, don't forget, hit that like button and share to keep your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.